How to make a woman feel safe is best illustrated with a story. Once upon a time, there was a man named John. He was just an average looking guy. He wasn't rich, he wasn't tall, he wasn't well walleted. But John had a way of getting the girls. Not only did he get the girls, but they craved to be his cuddle buddy, and they fell in love with him. So what makes John, this average guy, so different than other average guys? Well, he knew how to make women feel safe with him. So if you're new to my channel, my name is Anna Jorgensen. Welcome to Just the Tip Tuesday. So if you've watched a few of my videos, then you know that I always say women's primary need is to feel safe, both physically and emotionally. And you might also know that women don't automatically feel safe with a man they just met. But let's get back to John's story. After a lot of years of getting rejected or friend-zoned or dumped after a few dates, John started taking small steps to becoming more authentic and more assertive with women. So what did John do? He started being a little bit more assertive, but at the same time, he paid attention to making sure that the women he was engaging with or that he was approaching or that he was talking with always felt safe, especially at the beginning when they didn't know him. So what he might do, for example, is if he met a girl, like say Ashley, he might take a stance that was sort of askew to her so that he wasn't blocking her exit. Women always want to know that they have an escape route, no matter what time of day it is, but particularly if it's at nighttime or when it's dark or secluded. So he would make sure that she knew that she could escape, but also he might put himself between her and potential danger, like a creepy guy over there. So he would protect her from danger while allowing her to escape if necessary. So John made Ashley and other women that he's talked to feel safe with him physically. And sometimes he'd even say what he was doing. Don't worry, I've got this. I'll protect you from creepy guy over there. Ashley feels like she's protected by him and understood by him. Most men don't think about that. They're too busy thinking about getting rejected. Understandable, but you need to move into the woman's perspective if you want to be more effective in meeting and attracting women. And because Ashley felt protected and understood, she instinctively started feeling butterflies toward John, even though she didn't have that initial reaction when she first saw him. Now, the times where John would actually open with something like, don't worry, I'll protect you from that creepy guy, he would usually get a giggle or a laugh. And that was a sign of encouragement that she was open to conversation. And if she didn't laugh or giggle or had a bad reaction, John knew that he shouldn't take it personally because either she was having a bad day or she was having a bad life. And he always left the situation when he was leaving, he'd say, sincerely, have a nice day. And what that did was, if she was having a bad day, usually a woman will feel bad about having a bad reaction to a guy, and she might not do it again, or she might feel bad about it. Maybe she'll pay it forward by being nicer to somebody else during the day. But if she's having a bad life, well, what that does for John is it weeds out the throwbacks. So he's not getting caught up trying to engage with someone who is just going to be not worth the trouble. Oh, hey, and by the way, have you ever made a girl laugh, but with an opening line? If you have a comment or a line that works well or has worked well for you, write it in the comments below so we can all learn from each other. You guys are each other's wingmen, not just me as your wingmam. All right, moving on. So the key point is John always was considerate about how women worry about their physical safety. He was always considerate of that. So that's what made women initially attracted to him, but the thing that made them fall in love with him was his ability to make them feel safe emotionally without being too nice or being a people pleaser. Because emotionally healthy women, the real keepers, the high value girls, are the ones who will fall in love with a man who can make them feel emotionally safe with them. The ones that fall in love or fall infatuation, because it's not real love, with the bad boys, the ones who are actually true jerks, are not healthy, high-value women. They're messed up. And John learned that the hard way because he tested a few of those relationships and realized, whoa, being a jerk only attracts women who are kind of jerks. So he vowed to himself that he'd be a strong, alpha, assertive man without being a bad boy and without being a beta male. He made decisions, he took calculated risks, and he was always honest, even when he knew it wasn't going to be something that she wanted to hear. Women respect a man who can make decisions and take risks, like being honest, and stand up for himself. And he knew that respect precedes attraction. As I've said in other videos, a woman can't be attracted to you unless she respects you. So he took the small steps in different areas of his life to become a little bit more assertive until it started to become natural for him. And then when he got natural at it, he was competent at it. And when he's competent at it, he's confident at it. So he might even just say, hey, I'd like to take you for dinner. What's your number? On just meeting a girl. Or if he had already known her for a little while or was dating, he might say, wear something nice tonight. I'm going to take you to a fancy restaurant. Instead of, hey, do you want to hang out sometime? Or where do you want to go? Words that are hesitant, unsure, uncertain about himself. When you display confidence, when John displayed confidence, he got the confident response back from the women he was talking to. He might say, if I don't get that promotion I deserve, I'm going to start my own business. Or, yes, I did notice that scantily clad woman. Any red-blooded male would. No, I wasn't flirting with her. Why would you go for mutton when you have steak? Or, no, I'm not a fan of your friend Jane. She's catty and makes you feel bad. John learned to become a straight shooter because he realized that women respect that, and they don't respect men who don't have a backbone, who are too nice, or who are people pleasers. And if you haven't seen that video, then definitely you're gonna want to watch it. I'll put a link at the end. But he was never a jerk because he knew that the real jerks only attract the throwbacks. Instead, he was reliable, but not a doormat. Attentive, but not needy. Complimentary, but not thirsty. Respectful, but honest. Accepting of women's flaws, but also willing to hold them accountable. That's a big one. And encouraging, but also striving towards his own passions and purpose. Which of these, well, side note here, which of these are a trait that you might need to work on? Let me know in the comments below. So because of these traits that John developed, he didn't come with them, he developed them, and you can too. He was able to win the respect and affection of the kind of women he really wanted to be with. He was able to up his standards because women instinctively trusted him. And when a woman trusts you and respects you, she can feel safe with you and be attracted to you. And remember, it took John a lot of courage to change ways, but he did it. He did it one step at a time, and that means you can too. I don't necessarily believe in the jump into the deep end of the pool philosophy for approaching girls. If you're with a pickup artist, sure, but you're not going to get the kind of girl you want to settle down with. You'd be settling to be with one of those. But if you want to settle down without settling, then you're better off to take baby steps towards becoming more authentic and more assertive so that you can get the kind of woman you actually really do want to wake up in the morning with. So if you do want to take the steps that John took to get the girl he has now, then you might want to check out my Wake Up to Love program, and I'll put a link below. Thank you so much for watching to the end of the video, and or if you've watched it twice, as some of you do, thank you so much for watching an extra video. That really helps me out because it tells YouTube to share the video with other guys like you who it may potentially benefit. So thank you so much for that. Thank you, love you, and I see you next video.